Well, after years of nagging problems, the Royal Canadian Navy says it's less than 24 hours away from having 2 of its 4 troubled submarines on and under the water. The federal government says it wants a sub on either coast, but there's a new report that suggests there simply may not be enough trained submariners to do the job. The report says Canada's Navy is limited, and one of the top directors of the submarine program agrees. CTV's Joe Perkins reports.
Diving now, diving now.
It was a shining moment for the Royal Canadian Navy. A dive with Canada's Chief of Defence, a chance to showcase one of Canada's 4 submarines.
This boat, when it goes underwater, no one knows where it is.
But in order to go down, the Royal Canadian Navy needs trained personnel, something an internal report suggests the Navy does not have.
What keeps me awake at night is those submariners themselves. Are they getting the right training? Are they getting the right opportunities at sea?
Today, the Minister of Defence replied.
With respect to training, the numbers that I've been given is that we currently have 278 submariners who are working within the submarine program. We have an additional 60 who hope to be able to join the program within the next number of months.
Since being purchased from the Royal Navy, Canada's 4 submarines have faced problems. HMCS Cornerbrook ran aground last year, and HMCS Chicoutimi has not returned to service since catching fire on its maiden voyage. Tomorrow, HMCS Windsor is expected to be on the water, joining HMCS Victoria here in Esquimalt as the only 2 operational submarines to come from the $750 million purchase.
But the new documents suggest training submariners is behind.
Well, I accept most of it since I was part of the team that put that report together.
Captain Luc Cassivi admits there are shortfalls.
Where we haven't been as successful as we've been in the past is when it links to on-job training.
And that's because for the better part of a decade, only 1 submarine has been running.
Disengage lower tier load line latches.
The news comes a month after the Navy fired its first torpedo in 10 years. The Navy said it was close to having a fully weaponized and operational submarine, a sigh of relief that is quickly being replaced with more questions.
My understanding is that with the course load, the training system that we have in effect, we'll have sufficient submariners to meet the platform's needs when they become fully operational.
The federal government hopes to have 3 submarines operating by the middle of next year. But with only 1 of the 4 submarines in the water now, critics say it is a lofty goal.
I understand it is difficult. We have to prove that what we say is true and that they are a really good platform for the needs of Canada. I personally believe that they are.
But until the submarines are in the water, convincing Canadians could be a challenge. Joe Perkins, CTV News, Esquimalt.